We're today with the RTX 3070. This is the Aorus model from Gigabyte. This is a 2020 video card with 5888 shaders. It's got 8 gig of VRAM GDDR6 Samsung, 256 bits bus width, running at 1500 megahertz on the core clock and 1750 megahertz on the core clock. We're going to pair it up with this i9 10 Gen. We're gonna see how this system is running with a couple of games. Let's start with Starfield and see how the game is running with this system. We got Ultra and we got DLSS. How about we put it on auto and see from there what is going to happen. Kind of interesting to see this performance. I put DLSS on auto in order to see how much performance I get with maximum details. 84 degrees on the GPU. Damn, that's the limit in which MS Afterburner is stopping the video card. 83, 84. Right, I have to change the thermal paste because the GPU reached 84 degrees or something. Majority of the Gigabyte video cards are not known to be cool. They look cool, but they are not cool. Let's take a look on the GPU side and see how it's running. Well, of course, it's getting hot because it's using 220 watts consumption in order to deliver this performance. So I got like nearly 80 FPS on average with 42 on minimals and 52 on 1%. I like the details. I like everything. This is with DLSS in automatic. And I think it's doing a fantastic job. You can juggle between performance and quality, balance, to see what it is good for you. But in this situation, I left it on automatic to know what's best for the video card and the CPU. Fantastic performance from the GPU, but the GPU apparently managed to reach 78 degrees. Yay! Well, it's using a lot of power to deliver this performance and 4.3 gig of VRAM. It looks fantastic though. It's kind of interesting that this game is running like this, considering it had problems. But like Cyberpunk, Starfield is going to reach that delivery performance. It's going to reach the same performance, and I'm 100% people will love it because it's very moddable. The game is fantastic. So yeah, let's jump in Cyberpunk and see how the game is set up. Let's start with Ultra. No upscaling. I want to see the game raw on maximum details without ray tracing. Yeah, I'm actually very surprised how the game is performing with maximum details. The overall, because in the overall, you can actually see that the whole system is using. Look at my CPU. I have to clean the radiator. 91 degrees. Whoa! No, I seen it a couple of days ago, and I knew, oh my god, the CPU is so dirty, and I need to change the whole radiator because it's only one I/O on this CPU because I didn't use it with high-end GPUs, and I didn't thought I will need it. But every time I'm using an RTX like this, look at this, 90 degrees. So I'm gonna keep it here just a little, and I'm not gonna stress the whole thing. Let's go on maximum ray tracing ultra, and I'm gonna use DLSS on automatic. Right, so the GPU is maxed out apparently with 5 gig. Yes, 70 degrees, and in this case the CPU it's only 50% load. There's lots of cores that are reaching 100%, 11.7 gig of system RAM. Yeah, it's kind of weird to see this this computer running like this. So on the GPU side, because this is the only problem I'm interested, I can actually see that the GPU is running really well with 240 watts consumption, and it's delivering this performance 70 FPS on Ultra with ray tracing with 78 degrees. I mean, it's getting hot, but not as hot as the CPU, seriously. 19 FPS on minimal and 42 on 1%. Not that great, but do remember, this is ray tracing and it's with maximum. So the idea of 8 gig VRAM GPU, it's viable with DLSS, so you can actually see that you're not reaching 6 gig of VRAM, and the GPU stays cool, 78 degrees, but it's maximum fan speed. So all right, let's jump into PUBG and see if we can benefit from this video card with the DirectX 12. Never had DirectX 12 on the video card, so I'll put everything on maximum detail, sharpening enable, DirectX 12 disable, motion blur. Maybe you can put 120% render scale too. Why not? Let's jump in. I managed to take the PC out and clean the radiator. Maybe it was it was full with dust inside. Hopefully it's got enough fan clearance in order to cool the CPU. So let's see when the CPU is getting loaded. I'm not sure about the CPU being loaded, but on DirectX 12 apparently the GPU core it's kind of reaching maximum load, you know, not enough VRAM usage, but it's doing the job. Let's see. Maximum load on the core, 4.7 gig of VRAM utilized by this GPU, and only 30-40% load on the CPU. Do I like how the PC is working? I mean, overall it's doing fantastic. 120 FPS on average, 46 on minimals, and 71 on 1%. This is the right numbers if you want to play PUBG with maximum details. There is no question I like how it's performing. Even though it doesn't have that DLSS FSR upscaling performance option in the game, I think overall it's kind of nice to see this whole system performing like this, and I like the overall performance from the GPU and the CPU. 230 watts consumption from the GPU. Yep, that's it. 4.5 gig of VRAM, 1.9 gig on the core clock. So it's reaching nearly 2000 megahertz boosting in order to deliver this performance. Hence why it's got 80 degrees on the temperature. Kind of good, you know, kind of good, but if you don't need the FPS, you just have to limit it. But majority of people will need 120, 144 hertz in order to reach that competitive FPS, you know. This is what you need from a computer. This is what you need from this GPU. This is what you need from the CPU. PUBG, kind of good. Let's jump into Hogwarts Legacy and see how the game is performing with the system upscaling. We got NVIDIA DLSS, so I'm gonna put it on auto because we're gonna put VSync, it's off, frame cap no, motion blur off. Those we're gonna keep it like that, and with everything, and ray tracing on maximum. On ultra, you got ultra, perfect. 17.7 gig of system RAM. That's the only thing I've seen now. So who's bottlenecking? Seriously, the GPU core is not maxed out. The frequency on the GPU, it's on 2040 megahertz. That is kind of fantastic. And the cores are not maxed out, because if the cores are maxed out, the temperature goes up and the power usage. So 75 watts is not maximum. I think the threads are the one that is creating the problem here. Seriously, let's go into the upscale here and use DLSS on DLS performance. Let's see how we're doing. I mean, yeah, this is only outside, like 35 FPS. Kind of freaky to see this performance, but I can always count on this game to butcher my system. It looks fantastic, you know, but this is maximum details with ray tracing, and I'm not saying nothing because it's gorgeous, you know, but it's 40 FPS. Come on, what's wrong? I learned from the LGA 1366 that the threads are being maxed out and the whole core is lagging. I know in the building it's going to be higher FPS, but I don't care about that. I want to stay here outside with lots of people, with some environment around, because here is the place where it lags. You know. Let's jump into Fortnite and take a look how the GPU and the system is running with DirectX 12. 1080p and everything on maximum details. The only thing it's off is dynamic 3D resolution that we don't need, because we set it up on maximum. So everything is on epic, and let's take a look how it lags. Like I said, I remember testing it with another RTX video card, and I was like, damn, the lag is real. Look at the CPU, 91 degrees. Oh my god, it's lagging the whole thing. If somebody's here with me, he's gonna be so happy, because my lag is so real. I will never achieve nothing. The lights is so awesome. The game, I love it. I mean, I loved how it looks. I'm not going to be disrespectful to the quality, you know. But look at the FPS. Seriously, average 60 FPS, 6 minimals, 13, 1%. I can drive. I can. My way will be performance mode with maximum view distance, and that's it. I wouldn't put it like this because I want the maximum performance in DisplayPort. I don't really care about the details, so for me it's just performance in the game. That's it. But I wanted to show you how the system is performing in DirectX 12 with maximum details, because it's one of those things that needs to be shown, you know. DirectX 12 with ray tracing, it's a fantastic option, you know. So let's jump into War Thunder and see how the game is performing on 1080p with movie presets. Don't use this preset for gameplay. It is recommended for making screenshots and recording movies with replays on more powerful desktops. You tell me this is not a powerful desktop. How much you got? 200. Yes! Attaboy. Perfect game. So don't need to put DLSS because we got maximum performance from this. 75 degrees on the GPU with nearly 4 gig of VRAM used. In this situation, you can actually see it looks fantastic, it runs fantastic, and overall, it's a fantastic performance. So yeah, I like the system. I'm 64 degrees with 20% load. I think I need a bigger fan. I bought the fan. It's a 3X fan, you know, with 3 fans I/O. I think in the near future, I have to change it as soon as possible because this is one, it's not doing the job. So on the GPU side, we are getting 230 watts consumption average. Yeah, this is good because it shows that the GPU is doing the job. Maximum core frequency, memory is still the same, and yeah, overall the GPU is doing the job with nearly 4 gig of VRAM. So 8 gig, it's enough. No need for DLSS in this situation. Look at this, 200 FPS. Ooh, love it. I wanna see how much minimals we're gonna get here because it's gonna be very interesting, the differences between being on the ground and being in the air, you know. So it shows you some interesting performance. For instance, 13 FPS on minimal and 53 on 1% with an average of 140. Good numbers. One game that I'm actually surprised is Ring of Elysium. It's got in advanced settings with DirectX 12. It got ray tracing. So let's see how the system is working with Ring of Elysium. We're doing a really nice performance here with the system. Apparently in this situation the video card is being used, hey, so to deliver this 130 FPS. I'm not joking, it looks fantastic, it runs fantastic, so the game is quite demanding on the system, and I'm very happy that the system can deliver this performance. I'm not surprised that the GPU it's being hot because look at this, 240 watts consumption, only 3.4 gig of VRAM being utilized, but yeah, the core is on maximum load, so hence why the heat. The only thing I can say is that I wish I can use this video card every single day, but yeah, I want to test more video cards, and I like this video card and it performs really well with DisplayPort, HDMI, it's flawless, it records fantastic. The capture card is doing high frame rate with this video card. Everything is flawless, you know. An RTX 3070 even today is still a top tier for me video card, and I can't deny this title, you know. 3080 still the same, 3060, 30, every single RTX that I have, they are fantastic. I like the video card, I like everything about it, and yeah, like I said, smash that like button if you like this video card. So yeah, I'll see you very soon.